Hey gang, welcome back to Rotten Reelz Reviews, audio reviews. We are at number 19. And I was sitting here thinking, do I do another horror film? Maybe a blaxploitation film? But then it dawned on me, hey, why not do both? The 1970s were notorious for following existing trends and making their own at the same time. So for this particular standing, I would ask you to sharpen your disco heel to a point, keep a crucifix happy, and get ready to smack a sucker down. This is Blacula. Yeah, I didn't stutter. Director William Crane of Mod Squad, The Rookies, Dr. Black, Mr. Hyde, yeah, The Kid from the Not So Big, and The Dukes of Hazzard tells the tale of a notorious vampire, Dracula, but not in the way you think. In 1780, Prince Mamawaldi, portrayed by William H. Marshall of Tarzan, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Star Trek, The Hell with Heroes, Skullduggery, and Honky, ruler of the Albini African nation, along with his bride Luva, portrayed by Vonita McGee of Hammer, Shaft in Africa, Detroit 9000, Brothers, The Iger Sanction, Helltown, Bustin' Loose, and L.A. Law, goes before Dracula in the hopes that he will aid them in suppressing, if not out and out, destroying the slave trade. Now, Dracula is portrayed as the typical heartless white man. Unfortunately, it's a trend in blaxploitation. They'll either be incredibly heartless, racist, or a combination of the two. And dumb as a stick. Don't forget that one. Not sure why that keeps happening. But not only does he spur Mamawaldi's pleas, but outright mocks him and orders his servants to, quote, teach this idle dog some manners. And, well, Mamawaldi kind of goes sick house and proceeds to whale the crap out of the Count's servants, further aggravating the Count already, to the point that he decides to damn Mamawaldi with the curse of the undead, proceeds to have him locked in a coffin and left to rot. 192 years later, to interior decorators, wink wink. Yeah, seriously, these guys are over the top for gay men. I think I could actually smell the patchouli oil from the screen. They make their way to Transylvania to buy the Count's castle for a steal and deplete it of all his furnishings, including the coffin Prince Mamawaldi is trapped in. While our boys are celebrating their good fortunes, they unwillingly release Mamawaldi from his slumber and awaken his thirst. Cut to upon finding the corpse of said interior decorators, Dr. Gordon Thomas, or Thomas Roswell, of What's Happening, The Fitzpatricks, Kojak, The Trial of Mook, The President's Mistress, T.J. Hooker, and Born Again. He and his girlfriend / assistant nurse, Michelle, Denise Nicholas of Ring of Passion, Baby I'm Back, Hanging with Mr. Cooper, In the Heat of the Night, and The Ritual, decide they inadvertently find the body of their childhood friend, Bobby McCoy, one of the aforementioned interior decorators. Yeah. Dr. Thomas is a little wily in noticing the victim's throat wounds and proceeds to channel his inner Van Helsing very cautiously. So after making short work of those two snack cakes, the prince proceeds to explore Los Angeles, 1972, only to run into a reincarnation of his late bride known as Tina, also played by Vonita McGee. He proceeds to stalk her, causing her to panic and evade him, and probably, while not the best first introduction, give the cat some credit. It's been almost 200 years since he had courted a lady. Lieutenant Irritable Whitey, no, I didn't give a rat's ass about his name, calls out Thomas and demands to want to know what all these pathology reports has to do with the victims. rather than side with the doc, which admittedly would have been an odd happening. He chooses to go the easy path and establish that it was Black Panther activities, or maybe some snowbirds looking to shake down some loose cash for their fix. Snowbird would be a terminology used for anyone that was doing heroin at the time. Yeah, you're welcome. I know you'll sleep better with that. Thomas manages to convince Lieutenant Peters to offer an assist and bear with him, as he needs more time to mount his theories to proof. Meanwhile, Mama Wally, who having no sire to show him the vampire ropes, kind of ends up making vamps left and right. I mean, if this was an Angel or a Moonlight episode, you have roughly about 4 feral feeders already, and the crap is just rolling downhill. Now, aside from some of the dialogue being racist, sexist, and so on, this is surprisingly a really good flick. William Marshall towers over most of his actors and has that same kind of commanding basso voice, not too dissimilar from like Christopher Lee's Dracula. Hell, I would love to see a resurrection of this character in the modern era, because at the end of the day, he is more victim than he is monster. William Marshall worked with the film producers in giving Blacula more dignity by altering this, doing the standard typical American and giving more of the fallen noble route. So you actually do feel pity for this man, as this was a sophisticated, cultured nobleman trapped between the realms of life and death, rather than an undead man sticking it to the man. Personally, I think this gives this film honestly, it gives it a decent movie overall. It's a well-thought-out screenplay for the most part, and Marshall's performance alone is completely worth the viewing. And, I honestly... the music aspect, I got to see one of my favorite character actors in this, Elijah Cook Jr. It's just proof is not needed that this man has done and worked just about everything you can think of, from 2 Bogart flicks, The Maltese Falcon and The Big Sleep, to The Killing, Rosemary's Baby, Salem's Lot, the 1979 Tubby Hooper version. It's hilarious. I mean, for God's sakes, the guy showed up in an episode of Alf and has been, 3 different characters in Magnum P.I. alone? Come on. You gotta love a little of this, right? Okay, well, that's about all I have offhand. And again, folks, if you have any suggestions, you have any thoughts on what I should be reviewing or what would be more entertaining, hey, maybe some critiques on, did you find this to be entertaining, informative, all the above, shoot me a